What's up, everyone? You are checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am your host,
The hot commodity.
Can't see, joined by my own personal hot commodity.
That's me.
Smoking a B. And today we're saying goodbye to 2025 and hello to the Attitude Years. We're going back to 2001. We're in season 4. We have seasons 1 through 3 all out on YouTube. You can check them out in the archives. And before we start, if you like what you're hearing, make sure you subscribe, like, and hit that.
How could you not?
How could you not? We cover all things pro wrestling, current, past, and we have fun doing it.
We're a little biased, more WWE.
Yeah, we focus more on WWE, but that's all right. If you like what you're hearing, though,
AEW kind of sucks.
Yeah, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell. We're trying to get 1,000 subscribers, and we're at right now like 995. So let's
tell 5 of your friends.
Tell 5 of your friends to follow. Today, we're, like I said earlier, we're jumping into the Attitude Years. The specific date that we're covering is from SmackDown, February 8th, 2001. And I found on that specific date that Disney's California Adventure theme park opened in Disneyland.
California girls.
I think it's still open. It was famous for the big Mickey Mouse wheel, like a Ferris wheel that it had. I've never been to California, so
What is it?
The Disney's California Adventure theme park.
It was Disneyland.
Yeah, but it's a part of Disneyland. It's not like, you can go. It's almost like a theme park attached to. You know how like Disney World has like Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
They also have an area that's like downtown Disney, California, and they also have their own theme parks too. So, but I think it's still open.
They have like their own Main Street USA.
Pretty much, yeah. But I don't know much about it because I've never been. But that is what happened on February 8th, 2001 in American history. But we're covering WWF SmackDown from North Charleston, South Carolina. I've never been there before, have you?
I've been through it.
North Charleston.
But I don't.
Anything always look like normal? Okay.
I mean, it looks like
Midwest.
all the well, no, it's really on the east. I mean, North Carolina's on the east, but the towns in like South Carolina are cute, and North Carolina, like a lot of them have like the old brick roads.
Okay.
And they look like old, but they're cool.
North Kakalaki. So Vince McMahon comes out to start SmackDown, and he's got a lottery tumbler in the ring. So he comes out with a lottery tumbler, and back in the day, when they would pick wrestlers for the Royal Rumble match, they would use a spinning thing for them to pick their numbers.
Like a bingo thing. I thought it was going to be filled with like dirty things for Trish Stratus, like lick, suck, and like different body parts.
Maybe. Vince says, I'm about fairness in life, in business, and in the WWF. On Raw's War, an incident between The Rock and Big Show was unfair. Many of you think The Rock should be #1 contender. Maybe it should be Big Show. So tonight on SmackDown, the Big Show will take on The Rock, where the winner becomes the #1 contender for the WWF Championship at No Way Out. And then he mentions Triple H going to swing at Stone Cold Steve Austin on Raw. And he says tonight Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H will have someone represent them in a match. The winner picks a stipulation for No Way Out. Now, I was very confused by this because it didn't play out in the show the way it was supposed to be. So he wants whoever gets picked from the tumbler. One's going to represent Triple H. One's going to represent Austin.
But it's not going to happen till next week.
But why do they even do that?
I guess like to prepare us. It's kind of like the tease.
Okay. He calls out William Regal and Trish Stratus to pull out the names, and Regal says, me and my little crumpet will help pick. I haven't gotten much sleep lately, inferring that him and Trish are sleeping together. Trish picks Billy Gunn to represent Stone Cold Steve Austin, while William Regal picks Chris Jericho to represent Triple H.
Out of the tumbler.
Yeah, out of the tumbler, yep. And then Regal goes to kiss Trish, and she looks like upset. Vince is looking shocked. And we know it will be Chris Jericho versus Billy Gunn. And more importantly, William Regal's playing it up like he's sleeping with Trish, but she's not.
Well,
playing
that's the
into
thing.
it.
He's trying to cover for Vince, but he's taking it too far.
Mhm.
So.
Well,
Also, I'm sorry, this was supposed to happen tonight, but we're going to get to why.
that's what I'm saying.
There's reasons it didn't happen. So go ahead.
So then we have our first match: the Hardy Boyz with Lita taking on Perry Saturn and Chris Benoit with Terry Reynolds in their corner. Dean Malenko comes out early on to distract the Hardys and Litas. Perry lands a flying knee to Matt. Matt hits a flying leg drop to Perry. Benoit then lands his diving headbutt to Matt, but Matt kicks out. Matt lands a twist of fate to Benoit. Jeff hits a swanton. And then Lita attacks Terry for getting in the ring. Dean grabs Lita, and then Perry tosses Matt into the railing, allowing Dean to also toss Jeff Hardy into the ring steps. Benoit then applies a crossface, and the number games from the Radicals was too much for the Hardy Boyz this week on SmackDown. I'm over this rivalry. Like, it's been going on since December of 2000, and Lita would never fuck with Dean Malenko. They're fighting literally over because Dean Malenko wants to sleep with her. Like, it makes no sense. What do you think?
Yeah, it's been getting kind of played out, and like, I thought that maybe, I mean, if you were watching it for the first time, you'd think maybe Trish would turn or something eventually, but like, nothing's becoming of it. It's
You mean
stupid.
Lita?
Lita, yeah. And it's not even like there's no reason for it.
Yeah, it's dumb. Trish Stratus,
and I'm sick of like the Radicals always being together. Like,
Yeah.
they have the same fucking storyline. They suck.
I hear you. Trish Stratus talks with William Regal backstage, and she tells him to never kiss her in public again. Stephanie McMahon Helmsley then enters the room, and Stephanie says, William Regal, Trish leaves, and then Steph says, Regal, I know you're covering for my dad. You may want my dad as an ally, but you don't want an enemy out of me.
Ooh.
Strong words there from Stephanie, and it's true. I mean, I'd rather have Vince be pissed at me than the fucking evil bitch Stephanie, man. Yeah. Triple H then talks to Billy Gunn backstage, and he's asking him for a favor. He wants Billy Gunn to lay down for Jericho so that he can get the advantage and pick the stipulation. But Billy Gunn declines, and then Triple H lays out Billy Gunn with a fire extinguisher. And that is why that match won't take place on SmackDown tonight, right? Because Billy Gunn got injured.
I knew as soon as Billy Gunn said no and Triple H got up and walked away, I knew he was coming back with something. You knew. It was a perfect setup.
Al Snow then apologizes to Vince McMahon for mentioning Mick Foley on Raw, and he mentions him again. And Vince then books him in another match tonight. It's Al Snow versus Rikishi and Haku's with Rikishi.
I got a feeling we got a Mick Foley return on the horizon. I mean, obviously.
Rikishi lands a super kick, sits on Al Snow, and Rikishi gets the quick win after Haku applies the Togen grip to Al Snow. And this is just a way to get Al Snow beat up, basically. There was no, it was just, fuck you, Billy Gunn, Al Snow, for representing Mick Foley. We then have WWF Tag Team Champions, the Dudley Boys, defending against Edge and Christian. Devon clotheslines Christian's in the corner. Edge lands a heel kick. We see Devon land a super clothesline to Christian. Bubba hits a Bubba bomb. Christian lands an unprettier to Bubba Ray Dudley, but the Brothers of Destruction come out. Undertaker chokeslams Edge, and Edge and Christian get the win by disqualification. After the Dudleys attack Undertaker, but the Brothers of Destruction get the advantage, and they land a double chokeslam to the Dudley Boys. And it looks like the Brothers of Destruction want the Tag Team Championships. They don't care who they have to go after. They went after Edge and Christian, and now they're fucking with the Dudleys. What do you think?
Yeah. I think they should get it. They're, a dominant tag team. It's fun to see them together and cooperating. So I'm excited for it.
Brothers of Destruction, man. It would be cool to see them as Tag Team Champions, actually. WWF Hardcore Champion Raven defends against Hardcore Holly with Molly Holly in his corner. The Ninja appears, but Molly attacks the Ninja. Then Holly's able to get the pinfall on Raven, so Hardcore Holly becomes a new Hardcore Champion. Immediately following the match, though, the Ninja Woman breaks a 2x4 over Holly's back, and then Raven becomes a new Hardcore Champion. The Ninja continues to help Raven here.
I know when I see this person, I'm going to be like, oh, it's going to be obvious, I feel like, but I really have no idea who it is.
Next, we have an 8-person tag match here. The Righteous Censor against the APA, Jacqueline, and the Cat. Ivory wants the Cat, but Jacqueline attacks Ivory to start the match. The Cat hits Ivory with a DDT and then delivers a horrible Bronco Buster. Ivory's able to roll up the cat using the ropes for
Bronco
leverage.
Buster. I thought she was sitting
The
on
pussy,
her face.
the pussy lick is what you should have called that. Ivory rolls up the cat though, using and gets the cheap pinfall victory here for the right to censor. Really, right now they're just going after the cat for stripping, so there's no storyline for them. There is Ivory's issue with China, but right now China's been out, so we can't really focus on that. Next, though, we have the Intercontinental Champion Chris Jericho taking on the Game Triple H with Stephanie McMahon Helmsley in his corner. During the match, Eddie Guerrero comes out and distracts Y2J, allowing the Game to land a pedigree and get the victory. After Stone Cold Steve Austin gets into the ring and he wants to share a beer with Triple H, Eddie Guerrero then asks Austin for a beer, but Austin stunners Guerrero. Jericho applies the walls of Jericho to Triple H, and Austin pours beer all over the Game. Again, Stone Cold Steve Austin fucking with the Game and like showing him that he doesn't need to touch him to get in his head. What do you think about this? So Eddie Guerrero, first of all, getting involved.
Well, first Eddie Guerrero should have known. Like, he was giving Stone Cold an attitude, and it's like, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin. You think you're gonna like treat him like that, and you're not gonna get your ass kicked.
Well, he's Latino heat.
Did he end up stunning him?
Yeah, Austin laid him out with a stunner.
Oh, because Jericho was on the Triple H. Okay, yeah. So, Eddie Guerrero's definitely going to be on Stone Cold's bad side. I could see them having a fight maybe next week on Raw, and I could even see a tag team with Stone Cold and Jericho versus them.
Then that would be interesting. Yeah, but Triple H and Austin can't touch each other, so that can't happen. They're not allowed to touch until the pay-per-view.
Okay. Yeah, well, then, yeah, it's going to be, maybe we'll see.
Our main event here, WWF Champion Kurt Angle comes out to join commentary. The winner will take on Kurt Angle at No Way Out for the WWF title. The Big Show takes on The Rock. Early on in the match, The Rock punches Big Show through the announce desk and then lands a people's elbow, but Big Show kicks out.
And it's funny because the Big Show is just such a big goof. It's
like
he literally punches him and he goes like flying back.
Yeah, of course. Big Show goes to chokeslam The Rock, but as he chokeslams The Rock's leg nails the referee. The referee gets knocked out. Kurt Angle then hits the Big Show with his steel chair twice, allowing The Rock to land a rock bottom onto that steel chair, and The Rock wins, and he will go on to take Kurt Angle's championship match at No Way Out. After the match, Big Show lays out both The Rock and Kurt Angle with a choke slam, but it's settled. The Rock versus Kurt Angle at No Way Out.
Yeah, what do you think? And I think Kurt Angle's title reign is very coming down to the last years, because I think WrestleMania, I really think it's going to be Stone Cold.
Well, Rock told Kurt Angle, the countdown begins. He told him that on Raw. So, but I mean, it's interesting though, because Big Show did attack Kurt Angle during the match, but it seems like Kurt Angle wanted The Rock over the Big Show because he kind of helped The Rock win with the steel chair shots.
Well, of course. I mean, I'm sure in his eyes,
he's beaten The Rock before too for the title. So.
Right. In his eyes, it's like, do you really want, if fucking the Big Show, if you didn't know better, the Big Show and The Rock were in an alley, who would you pick? You wouldn't want to fight the Big Show.
Yeah, of course. Well, we've come to the end of WWF SmackDown. We know that at No Way Out, we're going to see The Rock versus Kurt Angle and Triple H versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. The stipulation will be made when the winner of the Billy Gunn versus Chris Jericho match happens on Raw. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell if you like what we're hearing. We're on the road to WrestleMania 17, probably the best WrestleMania in my eyes, so I'm excited to cover that. We're also covering Raw's WWE Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown. We just covered Crown Jewel. We're on the road to Survivor Series War Games, so stay tuned for all of that. And until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.